Hey guys, Silverlord here, back again with another action figure review. Today we'll be taking a look at the Masterverse, Masters of the Universe Revolution Battle Armor He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe. Brought to us by the fine folks over at, say it with me now, Mattel. And if all goes according to plan, this will be the action figure review going up live on my birthday, April 24th, for those of you not in the know. Should be fun, right? That said, it's gonna kinda suck because it's the first one I will be celebrating without my mom, Mama Overlord, being here. Check the Figura Obscura retailer exclusive Father Christmas review for more deets on that. I don't want to turn this into a Debbie Downer video, but just gotta put it out there, you know? But all heartaches aside, let's cut right to the chase and get into the meat and taters of this review and take a look-see at what Battle Armor He-Man has to offer in terms of accessories before this video gets any more depressing than it already is. Starting off, he's got a pair of hands, alternate hands. He's got a punch you right in the kisser hand and a kung fu grip hand. Now, I do apologize in advance if these aren't exactly the hands that match his skin tone, because I got this whole Masterverse wave on the docket for review. I may have mixed his hands up with Mechanics, the New Eternia Mechanic to be exact. So, yeah, bear with me if I effed that up. I can only see so well, people. And as I mentioned, he is sporting the battle armor this time around. So, of course, he comes with an alternate chest plate that's all cracked up. That's pretty cool. I never used those, though. And they're kind of a pain in the ass to get in there. He also comes with a really sick version of the battle axe, but no power sword and no shield. I would have at least liked the shield in this color. I mean, I could probably give him a shield. I got a million of them, but yeah, I don't know. I would have liked the shield, maybe. I know Gwildor came with a power sword. I'm actually trying to find where the hell I put that thing, because I'll probably give him that and have him use this too, because this axe is just too cool not to use. And then, last but not least, he actually came with an alternate power harness. If I can find figure I have it on. There it is. I actually threw it on the first Revelation He-Man because I think it's a little better. It's got more of a silver to it. I might even give this He-Man the axe instead, just so I can give this guy the upgraded sword and the shield, maybe. But either way, because this ain't He-Man's axe. This is way more He-Man's axe than this, but whatever. Still a cool looking harness. Just figured I'd throw it on there. And that's your lot. So, kinda light. I mean, he does come with the armor, the swappable chest plate, and the power harness. But I think, I don't know, I would have done without the power harness maybe and gotten the shield instead. That way we'd have a shield, axe, and sword that matched this series. But whatever. You know, beggars can't be choosers. It's better than nothing. Comes with a heck of a lot more accessories than most Marvel Legends do, so I guess we can pat Mattel on the back for that. Taking a closer look at the most powerful man in the universe here. I would say this is a definite upgrade from the previous Revolution He-Man that we got way back in Wave 1 of this line. Masterverse, that is. Because, I don't know, he's got the improved torso articulation. Granted, you can't even frickin' use it with this armor. This is like a hard shell. It's PVC, but it is not very malleable at all. It is a little bit, but not a ton. And on top of that, he does have the correct hinge for holding weapons. Like, holy shit! Only been waiting for that forever. But that's cool that he's got that. He's also got a Jay Leno-ass chin. So I guess if you can get past that, I don't think the head sculpt's too bad. You know? And the rest of the sculpt is pretty much identical to the first version. Right down to having flashing on the backs of the knees. Look at that. But as far as articulation goes, his head will rotate. It is on the disc hinge, but it's very limited because of this. Pretty self-explanatory. Shoulders go out pretty well. Putting them down is kind of a chore. They do rotate all the way around. Nice and tight, but they don't feel fragile or anything. He's got a bicep swivel. He's got a double elbow, which double elbows on these things feel like ratchet joints just about at this point. But you can crunch those up if you want. They still got kind of the triangular cut in the bicep, but I don't know how else to do that to make it work. He does have a swivel in the wrist with a hinge. If you notice, when I pulled the alt hands out, they're opting to go for these thicker pegs, which I think is a good idea. I don't know why they have to be so small with some of the pins sometimes. It just seems like you're asking for stuff to break. His waist will rotate. Again, he's got the torso articulation, but you gotta pop this armor off to use it. He does have drop down hips. They do pop right down. And thankfully, on this particular wave, I didn't have any stuck hips. Unlike the web store, New Eternia web store, and the Revelation Horde Skeletor, and the Revelation Clamp Champ wave, and Prince Adam, who is sold out for some odd reason. Some of those had some stuck drop down hips, so I did have to get a couple replacements out of that, but this wave, not so much. At least not because of that. Let me actually check the other one. Other one's tight, but it works. Yeah, it definitely works, but holy bejesus, are they tight. He's got a thigh cut. It works pretty well. I will say, I do appreciate the softer loincloth, but the hips have felt kind of waxy on a lot of the figures from this past year. Not like Buzz-Off or Clawful or Stratos and Grizzlor. I don't even think the Merman had this going on, but ever since like New Eternia Zodak, some figures have had this very waxy feeling to the hip, and I don't really understand why that is. I would think that would degrade faster, to be honest with you. That said, they do have double knees. He's got a swivel in the boot with a hinge and a rocker, and pickles at the bottom of the feet if you want to throw them on a stand. But that's your lot. Pretty much identical to the previous version of He-Man as far as sculpt and articulation goes. There are some differences, but you know, if you're okay with that first one, then maybe skip this one. I think this is an upgrade, despite the fact I'm not a fan of drop-down hips. I know some people are. I imagine this one's probably a little easier to pose on Battle Cat, on top of the fact that he's got the correct hinge for holding weapons, after I put his axe in his hand the right way, you know. You can definitely pose him in a seated position a lot easier than that first one. That, and on top of having added leg articulation, he does have a much softer loincloth or fuzzy underoos, whatever you want to call him there. So, with that being said, it's time now that we move right along and take a look at some size comparisons. First up, here is good old Battle Armor He-Man alongside a couple other characters released in the Masterverse line that made an appearance throughout the almost entirety of the Master of the Universe Revolution series. We have Sorceress Tila and Skeletek, the Lord of Destruction, question mark? I don't know, he was kind of Hordak's cuck if you ask me, but an underrated figure if you ask me. I really like that Skeletek figure, especially after seeing the Master of the Universe Revolution series. That said, He-Man scales quite nicely with these two. He seems a little bigger than old Skeletek there, and a lot taller than old Tila there. So that works for me. Getting them out of here. And our two regulars. Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibulas. Right there. And the infamous 11 Spawn, who is about neck and neck with the most powerful man in the universe here. So with that being said, time now to wrap things up with some final thoughts. overall, and if you can get past the Jay Leno-ass chin on good old Battle Armor He-Man here, then I would say this is a definite upgrade from the previous Masters of the Universe Revelation and or Revolution, whatever you want to call it, version of He-Man we got way back in Wave 1 of the Masterverse line. He's got the improved torso articulation, you get the battle armor as well as the regular power harness. The only thing you don't get is the power sword and the shield, but if you do have, at least in my case, an army of that first Revelation He-Man, then you can definitely kit this guy out and hook him up with the accessories to make him feel a little bit more complete, because I'm not gonna lie, he seems a bit light in terms of accessories, at least for me. I would have liked to have seen at least the power sword or even the shield, one of those things included in the package, but I guess we did get the battle armor with the swappable chest plate in lieu of that, so it is what it is, I suppose. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and until next time, I'll catch you guys later.